Hi guys, I'm Madeline The Person, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
Congratulations with your debut single As a Child, and congratulations with the 100,000 streams on Spotify within the first few days of release. What does that mean for you as an artist, being able to have this kind of success on a debut single?
Oh, it means everything. To release my first single and get this kind of reaction is first of all out of this world, but second of all, it just affirms just that I can keep doing this, which I mean I want to for the rest of my life. So it's cool that it's connecting with people and that I can release more stuff and say more things that, you know, make people feel the way that this one felt.
Absolutely. And on top of it, it's like this debut single was such a powerful song, such a vulnerable song on your part, but powerful for us when we were listening. For me, for example, upon that first listen, it was just like chills throughout the entire time as I heard and kind of read the lyrics of the song. And, you know, talk to me about being able to write something like that, something so powerful, something so vulnerable, and how were you able to feel comfortable in doing so?
Yeah. I think I felt comfortable being vulnerable because it feels like it's the only option for me. It feels it's just what like my brain and soul wants is to be honest with everyone and to be honest with myself. And I think a lot of the times I just want to declare my feelings instead of keeping them inside. I think that's one thing that's kind of helped me accept myself as a person, accept my feelings and my flaws and my everything. Is just saying who I am instead of letting people say who I am instead. I think it felt really important for me to heal in that way, to talk about how heavy it was to lose a parent so young. And once I saw, you know, how receptive people were of it on TikTok, I was like, oh, I gotta do this, you know, it feels important now.
And as far as like that initial writing process, like what really kickstarted the writing process? Was it a particular lyric that you had in mind, or you just, this had been, you know, in your head for some time, obviously, and like you just really wanted to get it out?
Yeah, I think what made me write it was I was actually on a family vacation, and it was a few years after my dad had passed away. So it was a family vacation without one of the, you know, staple parts of a family vacation. It felt a little empty. And while like we were exploring new places and having these beautiful memories, there was just this sense of emptiness. And I just had to acknowledge it because it was so not fun to sit with it and pretend that everything was fine when it hurt so badly. So I think just like when I was reflecting on my own, just being alone in my room, I was just like, I have to write this for myself. And it just like sort of came out. That's usually how my songs go. It just like kind of falls out.
Right. And as you wrote this, did you already have in mind like the melody that you had for the song, for the final product, or is this something that once you were able to collaborate with a producer, they kind of stepped in and helped you out with that portion?
I think as a writer, I put it all together concisely, like everything I want, I have an idea of where it goes and what it will be like. And I think it's cool because the melody and the lyrics usually come as one for me in my writing process. So it was really just like the lyrics literally came out as they are in the song. And my producer helped me to elevate it in a way, in an instrumental and like beautiful, lovely way.
The chorus of the song is super powerful, especially those first two lines of the chorus. Um, when writing that chorus, did you feel like that just flowed out of you, or did you feel like there was a few rewrites before we got what we're listening to today?
Yeah, it really just like flowed. I think
Wow.
usually I don't really edit my songs. I like have always hated editing. It like makes me feel so sad. It's like, why would I delete the things that literally just came out of my brain? Like I love them. Um, and like in school that's not really acceptable. Like editing's a huge part of writing. But when I'm writing, when I get to control it, I just like I allow the first draft to be what it becomes. And that's usually how my songs go. And that's how this one went. Yeah.
You mentioned like when you're able to control it, but do you feel that sometimes the songs kind of control you? You're the vessel. You're the one that's kind of releasing whatever's coming out, whether it's mentally, emotionally.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I do have this feeling that they're already formed and that they're just, happening to me. Um, Sometimes it really does feel less like I'm creating it and more like it's like possessing me. Um, yeah, definitely.
Talk to me a little bit more about the producer that you collaborated with, because I feel like the type of song that you wrote is crucial to the type of producer that you collaborate with. So, who was the producer, and what was it about them that you felt they were the right fit?
Hmm. I love that question. I love talking about my producer. He's just such a beautiful human. His name is Leroy Clampett, and he also goes by Big Taste. And he's just like a really gentle human. I think I was really looking for someone to handle my song with a lot of care and consideration. I wanted the producer themselves to connect to the song and the producer to understand. Um, and it was amazing. First day we had it. Like it just it just happened. Like it was it was a beautiful it was a beautiful thing. There was no trying. It was like he knew what needed to happen, and he wanted to elevate the story, um, and there was no like covering it up or like making it crazy. It was just like almost like it was already there, but just like bringing out little parts of it to make it like colorful.
Isn't it amazing? Like when a song just kind of creates itself, it has its own identity. It just happens, and you all you have to do uh, is basically just make sure that you write it down and you kind of like know what lyrics are flowing out. Um, the fact that this song just happened naturally for you, do you feel like it gave the identity for these upcoming EPs that you're currently working on, or did you already have these EPs in mind?
That's a cool question. I think this song definitely shaped how the releases are going to be, um, like pieced together, I think. But I definitely was already sitting on all of the songs that I'm releasing. And I think they all have a very similar sentiment and vibe. I mean, loss is a huge part of my life and a huge part of, what I need to heal from. So I think a little bit of losses in each of my songs. And I think, a little bit of like childlike things are in each song. So it does create a common thread. Definitely. Yeah.
Aside from being a songwriter, you're pretty much just a creative in general. From from your music to even like films and everything around you, like art. So, how different is each Madeline whenever you put those separate kind of hats on?
Yeah. I feel like each artistic expression of myself is very similar in the way that it's all rooted from the same, place of a person. I'm like literally just a person having fun and making things. Um, yeah, and it's so cool to use what each medium has to show different emotions. Like I think that the way that I express myself through fashion is very different than how my music is. But I think combining it just paints a fuller picture of me as a human, and like how multifaceted a person can be. Like they can have joy and like devastating sadness all at the same time. I think that's cool to express, because I feel like that's hard to say, hard to show.
And lastly, to close us off, talk to me a little bit about your artist development. And because you're able to do so many things, and you're passionate about all of these different things artistically, what was your development like for becoming the artist that you are today?
That's a cool question too. Yeah, I think I became myself after a lot of trial and error. I think I spent a lot of time wondering what I liked, and I wanted to find what made me happy, because I wasn't happy for a long time. Um, and I think like I just needed a way to express myself that felt authentic and felt peaceful, or else like I had nowhere to go. I felt really trapped in every way. So it was like I really wanted to find, different outlets of how I could be me. So I think I just tried a bunch of things, and I'm like, oh, I like this and this and this and this, and I like wearing this, and like it changes every day. And like sometimes I want to, dress up as a spider. I don't know. I'm a bunch of like things each day, and I think like everyone can be literally so many things at once, and different things every day, and like that's just human nature. It's pretty cool.
It's amazing. Well, congratulations with your signing and your success of your debut single.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm excited to hear more music from you. And it's amazing, like getting to watch an artist kind of grow. So definitely looking forward to watching that process. And thank you again for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, thank you so much. You have beautiful questions.